Hier ist Romeo von den Schwarzen Seiten. Ich sitze hier zusammen mit Sulpher backstage und ich werde Ihnen jetzt ein paar Fragen stellen. Actually, I was really surprised from your performance because I thought maybe I think I can put you somewhere, but I was really surprised that you have a lot of influences. Like I saw something like hardcore industrial gothic rock crossover, something like that. You know, your music was packed with different styles, and the end was pretty rough. And so
nasty.
What do you think
it's
of yourself?
It's harder as the set goes on. Louder, nastier.
Yeah, louder, nastier.
Angrier,
yeah.
You know.
You even got angrier, you know.
Yeah, you know. I was trying to break stuff on the stage that didn't belong to me, you know.
Unfortunately, it was raining.
I don't break stuff that I own.
My fucking legs were one.
Actually, it was raining. It was a little bit sad, I think.
Yeah.
But after it stopped, and the people came and really, you know, I saw the reaction around me. People were all surprised, who's there, something like that. And then after a couple of sounds, they were all going like, whoa. So
yeah, only the sort of brave people stayed out in the rain.
Yeah,
and the pussies like ran away because they didn't want their hair to fall down.
Yeah, actually, I had an umbrella.
Then when the rain stopped, you know, more people came, so it was good, and they were all into it, and they had fists in the air, fingers in the air. I like that, you know.
So tell me something about what do you want to be? You know, that's the thing. How do you see yourself?
We just want to play as much as possible, and we want to play to receptive audiences, and we find the German audiences are more receptive to our type of music rather than the English audience. The English people are a bit too cool and, you know,
Poncy, man.
Poncy, yeah, they're into different music in England. There's a small market for this sort of thing, whereas the German market is huge for this sort of music. So.
Actually, I always saw you in connection to the Mission, so now I'm really into it to prove that you're a really good solo actor in your, you know, in
cool.
lead singer part. So tell me something. What is your inspiration of all this thing? You know, doing it on your own, singing, screaming, doing, you know.
Well, I don't do it on my own.
Yeah, okay, but now as a performer, you were just standing in the back as a guitarist. I think not always in the back, but the frontman is, you know, always.
Yeah, with this band, Monty and I started a few years ago, and we were auditioning singers because I don't see myself as a singer really. And then we tried out a few people, and none of it worked out. They weren't the type of person we were looking for. I ended up just getting stuck with doing it, really, didn't I?
Yeah.
I did this stuff on the demos, and then we just carried on, and I became the frontman.
But actually, come on, you're doing really great, I think. Jeffrey told me something like that. What are you doing? I'm screaming. You told him something like that. But actually,
yeah. I wouldn't call it singing.
Yeah,
it's not George Michael.
No, not. No.
We were thinking of doing a cover of Careless Whisper though at some point. Heavy metal version.
I'd like to hear that, really.
Yeah. We'll see.
And next question is keyboarder. What's your name?
Kevin.
Kevin. I really think that the keyboards are very well engineered in the music. Really, when I see normal bands who are using samples or something like that, it sounds used. But I think some things had this sleepy hollow touch. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it was really.
I think it's a whole different dimension that Sulpher have compared to all the other bands. All the other bands seem to be just going down the copying, all sound like, whereas Sulpher sounds completely different to everybody else.
How are you?
Even with the structures, wouldn't you say? With the use of keyboards and machinery, it's its own path.
We've got lots of influences from sort of metal bands to techno bands to synth type bands like Depeche Mode, guitar bands like Killing Joke, and you know they combine keyboards and guitars really well, and they're one of our favourite bands. So. And people compare us to Killing Joke, Stabbing Westward, Ministry, Nine Inch Nails, all those sort of bands. It's flattering, you know.
Nine Inch Nails was very what I thought in the beginning, but then it changed, so I was surprised, really.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me something about the Marinas impressions you had here. Something like the festival is great, isn't it? It's just I think a well organized, nice thing.
It's our first show in Germany, and we were a bit worried, you know. We didn't know how we were going to go down at all with the audience. But as I was saying earlier to another magazine, that the people in Germany and the crew, the stage crew, they're all so cool, and they're willing to help out. You know, no matter what you need, they're willing to give you a hand. So they made it really easy for us.
What do you think about this gothic thing itself? You know, the people here, you see the different types. There's this romantic gothies, electro dudes. So
it's so good, you know. If they all come and they're all into the music, it's fine, no matter what you look like.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not going to put a sort of white wedding dress on or anything like that, though. So.
I don't think it's the most tolerant audience you can have. You know, it's so I asked a question that some people identify with it, some not. So I'm really curious about finding out what is your thing.
I like looking out and seeing all the different variations on fashion. It's cool.
The hairdos.
The hairdos, yeah. Something like that. Something like that.
Plenty of those.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Now, what's the future? Tell me something. You just had this record deal signed, right?
Yeah, with Dependent.
Yeah. And what's going on now? Would you have some releases, some video stuff, or?
We've got a release of a song called One of Us. It's a limited edition digipack, and that comes out I think in the next week or two. And then we've got an album coming out in September, I believe. It's already out in England. It's coming out in Germany in September, and then we want to come back and play in Germany some more, maybe a support slot, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Ja, okay, das war the video, das war Sulpher und ich denke, ihr solltet euch das unbedingt mal anhören.